Hi everyone, how are you? I hope all is well. It has been so long since we have had a Dina's Talk Time. And so I had surgery this week and it's brought up a lot of feelings and emotions from a time in my life where I had surgery before. So let's talk about it. And also, I hope that you guys can learn something from it and know that you are truly loved and you are worth so much more than being in a toxic relationship if you are in one. So, around goodness gracious, maybe 2017, I had surgery. I happen to have been married to a really bad person. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not talking shit. That person is not a good person. Now, the week of and leading up to the day before I had surgery, he was in Florida. And he kept saying like he wasn't going to take me. He was making me feel so bad about myself, so belittled, so less than. Was like, I'm a big girl, I need to figure it out. I need to have someone else take me to surgery. And I'm like, but you're my husband. There's a plane ticket already purchased. Like, why aren't you coming back? I got other shit to do other than worry about you. Basically, that's what he told me in a nutshell. He did end up getting on the plane and heading here the night before surgery. So I picked him up from the airport. Everything was okay. There was no belittling me, making me feel less than, none of that. He had cut his bullshit out. So the day of surgery, nothing. No craziness, no nothing. I'm like, okay. Go into surgery, I come back, everything is fine. I'm like, all right. So the night of, I'm sitting on the couch. Instagram was around back then, so I was either on Instagram or Facebook. I was on something, just scrolling, having a good old time on my phone. You know, I'm invested in whatever I'm reading, whatever I'm seeing or something. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you being on your phone, laughing, reading a book. I have the Kindle app on my phone. You might have that too. Nothing wrong with that. This man looks up from the couch and just starts cussing me out. What the F? Who are you texting? Blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Mind you, wasn't texting nobody. He ends up getting my phone and like go through it. He doesn't find nothing. There's no cheating. There's none of that. And this is how most of the fights would start. In hindsight, he was the one who was being dirty. But we'll get into that. So he goes through my phone. We get into a physical altercation, like dead ass physical altercation, because he found a message between me and one of my friends who is a girl, and me telling her like he's being a dick, he's not going to take me to surgery, can you take me? And that's really what he found. And basically he's like, you don't have no right to be telling our business to your friends, blah blah blah. I didn't think there was anything wrong with letting my friend know, hey, you might have to take me to surgery. He's saying that he's not going to. Of course, my friend who and I both share a common value that this is kind of wrong. Your husband won't come back from Florida to take you to surgery and is calling you all types of names and blah blah blah. Like, that's fucked up. My friend didn't necessarily say anything negative about him or anything. She was just all like, like that's fucked up. Like, yeah, I'll take you to surgery, but that's really, really fucked up. So we get into this huge altercation and he puts his hands on me and stuff. I'm over here defending myself because I'm like, dude, I just had surgery. He's fucking, excuse my language on this Dina's Talk Time. He's hitting me in the chest. He's hitting me in the face. I actually ended up did have a busted lip and a little bit of either one of these eyes was, I believe it was a little blackened. It wasn't like a full like black eye, but it was a little black eye. And then he threw me over a couch. Okay, knowing, like, he's putting his hands on me, doing all this, knowing I just had surgery that same day. He throws me over the couch, and the back of my back hits the coffee table and splits in half. So the next day, I end up going to the doctor's and lying, saying I fell in the shower, blah, blah, blah. They end up redressing the surgery site and whatnot. And I felt extremely horrible. I'm lying when something awful is going on to me at home. And I'm telling you guys all this because my experience right now having surgery is completely different. But right before I went into surgery, the anesthesiologist was talking to me, and all of a sudden, I just get a flashback of that horrible time, one of the horrible times in my life, and kind of start tearing up. I'm fine now, but in that moment, that is just an awful, right before they're about to will you back, because the anesthesiologist where I had surgery is the one who takes you into surgery. And that's horrible to have that, to be having those images and those memories play back in your mind right before you go under. And I say all this to say, I hope you guys never find yourselves in a toxic relationship or with someone like that. If you guys are, I know how hard it is to leave an abusive relationship. I completely 100% know. And I can sit here and tell you, if it wasn't for my friends and my loved ones, I probably would not be sitting here in front of you right now, because at that point in time in my life, I did not have the mental capacity or any of that to leave. I can tell you he probably would have killed me, because I wasn't in the mental headspace or just mentally aware. I was so far deep down in that abusive marriage, in that rabbit hole, that he probably, if given the opportunity back then, he probably would have killed me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. And I don't want that for you guys. I don't want that on my worst enemy to have experienced such violent abuse to where the point that you're just objectified, because that is really what he did to me. He objectified me. I was not looked at by him as a human being. I really truly wasn't. He's done some pretty horrible, sick, sadistic stuff to me. And I never want you guys to experience that. If you're having surgery, you should be taken care of by your loved ones, by your friends, by your significant other, your partner, your husband, your wife. And I'm just telling you this story because I never want you to experience what I have experienced. I never want you to have to go into surgery and have a flashback of the moment of a previous surgery that you may have had and it ended up extremely horrible for you. So sorry for this heavy video on a Friday, but I hope I can shed some light and bring something into your life. You guys do not deserve to be in a toxic relationship of any sort. Even if they're not physically abusing you, if they're abusing you mentally, monetarily, spiritually, emotionally, please get help. You deserve so much more. You are worthy, you are beautiful, and you definitely are loved. But thank you for tuning in to this Dina's Talk Time. I just wanted to share that with you all because it's important to put things out there. People don't put things like this out there. And I just want to let you know that I've been through it. I've been through a lot in my lifetime that hasn't been very, very long on this earth, but it is enough to know that I never want to see myself in those situations again, and I never want to see you guys in those situations again. But muchos besitos. Have a beautiful weekend.